Today's Midday Kentucky cooking segment brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath, where you will always cook in style.
Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. Chef Allison Davis here, and it is hot in the kitchen. I've got a hot grill going, and we're talking about summer grilling right now. And I wanted to just show you, I've got these little beef tenders here, and we are going to be grilling these off. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a marinade that I'm going to do on this. And I love doing like herb crusted garlic and mustard on a steak and on tenderloin. It's just the favorite combination for me. So this is a little bit of a beef tender and beef tenderloin. And then what I'm doing, if you can see, I don't have the exact right knife for this, but we are just wanting to remove a little bit of that silver skin. So you just kind of weave your knife underneath, and then you can just kind of pull that off. That tends to be a little bit of a, I guess, rougher texture, kind of chewy. So I tend to always want to remove that little bit of silver skin off of a tenderloin. Now, steak or anything like that, it's usually cut ready to go. So I'm going to season our steak with a little salt and pepper first. And then we're going to talk about the rub. I always sear and grill my steaks off first before I put the rub. And in this case, for the tenderloin, I'm going to finish it off in the oven. So I'm just going to lay it on the grill and let it work. And then we are going to work on our marinade. I have one that's ready to go, but I wanted to show you how easy it is. It goes in the food processor. We're going to start with some garlic. And we're just going to pulse that garlic a little bit. On a side note, this is the way I do a lot of my minced garlic here in the kitchen because we go through it a lot. So you can buy a bunch of garlic cloves, you can throw them in the food processor, pulse them a few times, and then you've got a perfect minced garlic. You can keep that in a little container with olive oil, and that will last you for the month. All right, so now I just took a combination of fresh herbs. You want to make sure with rosemary and with oregano that you strip them right off of the stem, because that middle stem on a lot of those herbs is really like woody and coarse and like biting into tree bark, and nobody wants that. All right, so I took that off of the stem. I went ahead and chopped some up, and we're going to add this into our garlic. And then I'm going to add some Dijon mustard, okay? And basically all we're gonna do is make a nice paste that is going to be rubbed all over our steak. Of course, I'm gonna season the mixture as well with salt and pepper, and then we're gonna turn this on. And the last thing we're going to do is finish it with some olive oil, and that's just going to kind of even it out, kind of give it a smoother consistency. All right. Let's see. Forgot my tongs. I'm going to do this old school. All right, so we've got our steak here ready to go. I'm going to pull this off, and then we're going to rub this down with our marinade, which is just a garlic, mustard, herb crust. And then this is going to finish off in the oven, and we are going to pull this out, and I'll show you how it looks when it's finished, and we'll cut it, and it will be just delicious. But this marinade, I'm telling you, will work for pork, it will work for chicken, it will work for steak, it will be your go-to for just about anything. All right, I found my tongs, and we are just gonna, again, looking for just really a sear. It's still gonna be nice and rare in the center. You can usually tell just by feeling with your tongs. And again, I'm just gonna finish this off in the oven. So we'll show you that in just a minute. Well, we have got a beautiful piece of steak here finishing up. You know, a big thing is when you take it out of the oven, you want to let it rest for just a minute before you start to slice it. That just allows all those juices to kind of settle back into the steak. It keeps them from just oozing out on your cutting board or on your plate, and then just makes that slice of meat that much just juicier and tender when you bite into it, and you get to enjoy all that flavor. So let it rest for just a minute. So we put this in the oven and we let this finish. You can see how the mustard is just kind of crusting up there. And we're going to slice this. We'll put the recipe for this marinade up on middaykentucky.com/recipes. You can find this along with many others from me. Hope you all enjoy a fantastic summer of grilling and just eating and spending time together with the family and friends. I'm Chef Allison Davis. Thank you for watching. We'll be right back after this short break.